I'm trying to find this tweet from Fred Krueger. I'm sure you've been following him. He's a real
There's
Bitcoin.
Always one. There's always one in every cycle. What is wrong with these people? They always come up trying to attack me as well. I don't know for what reason. I don't even know the guy, and he's like tweeting again. I'm like, really?
Yeah. So he says that the worst thing that could happen is here it is. Yeah, I managed to find the tweet. He says, my one concern in life. He said this is his one concern in life. It is critical that we keep the Wall Street spigot 100% focused on Bitcoin for at least 1 year. If they accept the ETH ETF in 2025, it'll be too late. Wall Street will already pot committed on Bitcoin. If by some horror the ETH ETF passes this year, the rel pals of this world will continue to convince a fair amount of people to go to ETH instead. The narrative will shift to Bitcoin versus ETH. It'll be confusing. Bitcoin will still win, but it'll slow things down. So he's the plan B. Fred Krueger is the plan B of this cycle. We had plan B last cycle, and now we have Fred Krueger this cycle. But I mean, for me,
Max Kaiser.
Yeah, I've been in Max Kaiser's sites for a while. But I mean, so for Wall Street, are Bitcoin and ETH crypto, or is Bitcoin a digital gold and ETH a transactional network? One is a technology and one is a store of value, or is that not how it works?
That's not how it works. They're both crypto. They'll be allocated to in some proportion, either 50-50 or 80-20 or whatever they feel
market cap weighted
or whatever. But those are the two core assets at the moment. 5 years from now, there could be more. I don't know. Raul says Solana is transitioning, I think, from a venture project, which is what it was a few years ago, to maybe something achieving network effect.
So, okay. So what you're saying is that for Bitcoin, the best if you're a Bitcoin maxi, the best result is no ETH ETF, because you're saying that if funds say that 2% of our allocation goes to crypto, then if
no, of course not. Come on. It's more money. We're talking about, so this is the problem with all the crypto guys. They're like, $10 billion into the ETF. Who gives a crap about $10 billion? There are hundreds of $700 trillion sitting in the old world. So just think for a second, okay? Just use your brain for a second. I'm serious.
I'm trying.
Okay? $700 trillion. All right. All real estate. Everything that is backed in the old fiat world, that is backed by fiat currency. When you buy real estate, you give someone money, dollars, okay? So you have that entire world. That entire world in the last 10 years is down 99% against every asset in this new world, okay? Even Ripple, which people think is a piece of crap or whatever, is up 99% against the NASDAQ. It's up 99%. I bought it in 2014. It was 1/10 of 1 penny. Okay, so it is up, I know, a lot more than those assets. So, you're talking about, is the ETH going to be competitive with a Bitcoin? I mean, it's madness, okay? This is the beginning of a new world that's very small, and there's a huge amount of value in the old world that is coming in. Okay, so the crypto guys are just young, or they don't know the numbers, or they've never looked at them. It's all very positive. ETH is positive for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is positive for ETH, and it's just nonsense.
So why are we the only people? Why are we the only people that see that Wall Street has fund managers that are young and smart and educated, and their job is to find investment opportunities? Why are we the only guys that get this?
Who said that? I was in the money management business, 25 years. Okay. And there are not that many great fund managers. Okay. The 95% at the bottom all disappear. The top 1% of guys continue to be the top 1% of guys.
Let me ask you, Dan, let me ask you a question. How much of your wealth, your investable wealth, let's remove your house and your car, and let's talk about your investable wealth. What percentage of your investable wealth sits in crypto at the moment?
Over 50%.
Where does the other 50% sit? The other.
No, it's way over 50%. Okay, I'm not going to give you the exact number because some people might think it's preposterous, but I don't really have assets in the old world, and I haven't for a while.
Raul, what percentage of your investable income, other than the fancy houses and the beautiful houses in Cayman, what percentage of your investable income sits in crypto at the moment?
100%. And it's been 100.
Just show
I can't say 100%.
Just show everyone your shirt. Just show everyone your shirt, Raul. Just show everyone the shirt.
It's been 100% since, I don't know, 2020. It's been 100%.
Yeah, it's a lot, but I'm not investable. I'm talking about like everything. So it's a big number. I mean, it's a lot.
We're all in.
A big number. It can't. When you realize that everything you hold in the old world is devaluing at that rate, it's okay against whatever crypto. I mean, even things that are a piece of crap. Okay, honestly, cryptocurrencies that you would never own, those things are all up massively. So it's not about
this is the big
own.
The other way. This is the biggest macro trade
ever
in all of history.
Correct.
And we're in the middle of it. There is no point focusing. That's why,
no point.
That's why Dan and I have invested personally. We've built asset management businesses. We've done, every different way of looking at this. This is the biggest trade ever given in history.
Yeah. It's true.
Wow.
And it's proven to be the case. It's the best performing asset of all time on any time horizon.
And you think it will continue? I mean, like, I hear you. I hear you.
What do you think you're doing here? What do you mean you think it'll continue? We're saying it hasn't even started. Here, let me give you something to think about, all right? Because I know we're ending in a few minutes. So the other ETFs that exist, the gold ETF, the oil ETF, the treasury ETF, okay? Let me tell you what happens. When the price goes up a lot, there is a supply response. What do I mean? Gold ETF goes up a lot. Gold miners mine more gold. Okay. Oil ETF goes up a lot. What happens? The U.S. invents fracking and there's more supply. Okay. The tar sands come on. Remember, Raul, they were always talking about, there's all this oil in Canada, but the oil's got to get over $40 a barrel for it to be profitable. Well, it did that. Okay. Even treasury bonds, they go up a very high in price and they go to a zero yield, then people issue more bonds. There's more supply. This is the first time ever, and this is where these ETF people, I don't know that they know exactly what they got into. There is no price. Okay, just listen to this. There is no price that the Bitcoin ETF can go to that will elicit a supply response. Okay? The ETF people, I guess, just weren't thinking about that. So it's a massive accelerant to the upside, and it's in the very first inning. So you're asking me, can this go on? This is a joke.
All right.
It's a joke.
I got it.
So also, I just want to clarify, because somebody's going to clip this in 3 years' time when the market's down 70% and say, these guys are wrong. We're talking over a time horizon, right? The time horizon is this adoption of this technology is ongoing, has been and continues to be and will be the biggest macro trade of all time. And
Correct.
yes, it comes with volatility, and there will be massive volatility en route.
Why don't you just say this? When it gets up to 300,000, it will, of course, then go down 70%. And we will have a correction from 300 to 100. And everyone will panic and say it's all over. And then we'll go from 100.
When that happens, when that happens,